been left without electricity.
Very severe weather is affecting many parts of the British Isles, and for the next 9 hours or so, severe storms will blow across many southern parts of England and Wales. We're already getting gusts in places of well over 100 miles an hour, up to Shoreham now at 90 miles an hour, and well over 100 miles an hour in parts of the southwest. And there are blizzard conditions too affecting some parts of northern Britain as well, especially central and southern Scotland, and later on today some parts of the Pennines as well. Those winds will cause structural damage in the south. Trees are already blowing over, and travel is becoming very difficult in many parts of England and Wales. You can see the depression that's causing it moving eastwards later on today out into the North Sea. A respite in the winds tonight, further showers continuing in the west. Those are those winds again. You can see very strong winds indeed over southern parts of Britain, but moderating, we think, tonight. Those are the winds, the mean wind speeds we expect to see this afternoon, gusts very much in excess of that in the south, up to 90 miles an hour in places. That's the weather with a wide mixture of weather over the country. Brighter weather is spreading across southern districts, but it's staying very windy indeed, and it's turning colder in many places from the north as well. Tonight the winds gradually moderating. There'll be a touch of frost, especially over Scotland and Northern Ireland, with temperatures below freezing in places.
Stormy weather is causing widespread damage and disruption throughout the region. In Hertfordshire, 2 people have been killed after a tree fell on their car near Hemel Hempstead. The actor Gordon Kaye, who plays Rene in the comedy Allo Allo, was seriously injured after a plank blew into his car in West London. He's been taken to Charing Cross Hospital. Tube services have been halted in North London after a roof blew onto the Piccadilly line in Harrow.
Thank you, Jackie. Well, a very stormy afternoon for us all. Lots of structural damage. I'm afraid travel is going to be difficult. Winds have already gusted on the south coast to 90 miles an hour, and there have been gusts in the London area to 70 miles an hour. Those severe conditions are going to continue to cause damage, I think, for the next 6 hours or so, but then slowly moderating this evening. That's the picture we expect to see this afternoon. Temperatures slowly lowering through the afternoon. A very showery afternoon as well as a very windy one. The winds moderating this evening, we think, and then dying down overnight with a touch of frost in places by morning.
Winter storms are battering much of Britain, causing widespread damage. 6 people have died, scores are injured. Many roads are blocked, more than 1 million people are without electricity.
Damage. A policeman was killed when a tree blew down on his car in Hampshire. And the AA in Devon say so many trees have been blown over that they've lost count. 8 people were rescued from collapsed masonry after a roof was blown off a hotel in Mullion in Cornwall. One man who lives near the hotel said the winds there were the fiercest he had known for nearly 40 years. Southern Electricity say that 250,000 homes are without electricity in an area stretching from the Cotswolds to the Isle of Wight.
Uprooted trees brought traffic on minor roads to a standstill and caused many accidents. The high winds also brought down power lines, leaving up to 250,000 homes without electricity. And in Cornwall, a hotel roof collapsed on top of 8 staff.
Suddenly, there was just a bang and, you know, a great blowing of wind, and then doors blew out, and I just...
have already been reported in the southwest, and the worst is still to come for some eastern parts of England. Things will begin to improve this evening as the storm centre moves away. At the moment, the low is moving towards southern Scotland, but the most severe weather is to its south, and that means that it will be England and Wales that see the most extreme conditions. Strong winds will be from the south and west this afternoon, with gusts around 100 miles per hour. Have to go out this afternoon, stay clear of the exposed motorways, and even if you're driving in rural areas, fallen trees could well be blocking roads.
People have been killed and several others have been injured by falling trees. 14 school children were taken to hospital when high winds sent a pane of glass into their classroom. 4 were badly hurt. It's reported from Bristol that a light aircraft with 3 passengers on board has overturned while it was on the tarmac at the city airport. There are no further details. And the actor Gordon Kaye, who plays the bartender in BBC Television's Allo Allo, was seriously injured when a plank of wood flew through the windscreen of his car. He's being treated at a London hospital. And now it's nearly 27 minutes past 1. The other headlines again.
As you heard on the news, a dangerous, damaging storm is moving eastwards across England and Wales. And there's some snow too in Northern Ireland and Scotland. You can see that storm coming up towards the British Isles now out over the Irish Sea. It's moving steadily eastwards. That's the position just at the moment, moving towards Scandinavia in the next 24 hours, but another 6 to 9 hours of severe weather in many parts of the British Isles, and still windy but much brighter tomorrow. That's the position we had this morning, with 70 mile an hour gusts as far north as Lincolnshire this morning, and on Dartmoor as high as 105 miles an hour. And then quite heavy snow too over central and southern Scotland, and some over Northern Ireland as well. That's that low on the computer, rushing eastwards across northern England this afternoon. The winds moderating during the evening and night, further showers coming into the west. Let's have a closer look at those tightly packed isobars and the winds that result over southern Britain in the next 12 hours, turning around to the northwest and increasing again before moderating during the course of the night. Those are the winds this afternoon, as high as 45 in mean speeds over land in the south. The temperatures getting colder all the time. 6 Celsius in the south is 43 Fahrenheit, and only 3 up over Scotland and Northern Ireland, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, well, most of the showers over Britain dying away, and frost and icy patches forming in many places as we go through the night. And very few showers. That's it. A fine bronze night this turned out to be.
Good evening to you. Well, at least the Met Office can give themselves a pat on the back, because as far ago as yesterday lunchtime, we were anticipating severe gales across the south of Britain today, and they've certainly materialised with a vengeance. Of course, it doesn't make it any easier to talk about it. In the next 6 hours, we'll find those storms gradually moderating, though. Now, on the satellite picture, we can see this massive cloud which has run across Britain today. It's now drifting across into the North Sea, the intense storms going away with it as well. That's the situation about 6 o'clock this evening. But you can see as we get a bit closer how many isobars there are in there around that low pressure. A lot of strong winds still coming down across Scotland and northern England and right the way across the south as those very tight isobars get away. Putting the wind arrows on there, you can see very strong winds indeed across Northern Ireland, southern Scotland southwards, but wintry showers down the western side of Britain once again, hail, sleet and snow and thunder. Further east, a few showers coming through and still some heavy ones too. And that's it from me for now.
Good evening. The headlines from Newsroom South East. 10 people die as 100-mile-an-hour gales sweep the region. Storm damage runs to millions of pounds. Transport chaos as trains are cancelled and roads closed. There has been widespread destruction across the region tonight as 100-mile-an-hour gales hit the southeast. At least 10 people are known to have died and many others have been seriously injured. The winds have brought down hundreds of trees, caused severe structural damage and have blown vehicles off the road. The M4 has been closed after 16 lorries were turned over by the high winds.